I should prefer a clause prohibiting all persons who have participated in the rebellion and who were over 25 years of age at the breaking out of the rebellion from all participation in offices, either federal or state, throughout the United States, Howard said on the Senate floor on May 23, 1866. I think such a provision would be a benefit to the nation. After about a week of discussions with colleagues, Howard offered the Sec 3 language that was ultimately ratified. Howard's revision removed specific references to the rebellion and added an important qualifier. Those who were to be excluded from government service would have to have violated prior oaths to defend the Constitution by having engaged in insurrection or rebellion against it, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. Senators rejected various attempts to reinsert the word voluntarily or to restrict the exclusion to those who violated their oaths during the time they were still serving in office. There was a great deal of concern voiced in debate that Howard's exclusion clause might leave the South ungovernable, with so many Confederates poised to be disqualified from serving even in state posts. Opponents expressed fear that the provision might alienate Union-loyal supporters in state legislatures. Nevertheless, the version Howard introduced made it through the entire ratification process and became effective on July 9, 1868. But originalists might take note of what Senator Peter Van Winkle of West Virginia said, as he sought to have the threshold for congressional amnesty in Howard's version lowered to a simple majority rather than 2/3. This is to go into our Constitution and to stand to govern future insurrection as well as the present. And I should like to have that point definitely understood, Van Winkle said at the time. It's also worth noting that there was just a single reference in the Senate debate to the fact that the President and Vice President were not explicitly mentioned in Howard's draft as the United States, the way members of Congress and state officials had been itemized in the text. Why did you omit to exclude them? Asked Maryland Democratic Senator Reverdy Johnson. Vermont's Justin Murrill jumped in to clarify. Let me call the senator's attention to the words, or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States, Murrill said, ending the discussion on that point. So all of the pathetic arguments that Republicans are using are moot and invalid. It does include the president. You don't have to be charged or convicted. You also don't have to have taken part in the Civil War, and it has inexplicably been ratified. Trump is finishioed. He's done. Pack it up, fat tits. Next stop, Guantanamo.